What's good? This is your girl, Anne the Bronze Goddess, and I'm here to do another Strawberry Letter update. This one is an update for Strawberry Letter number 106. He nicknamed her Nasty, though. And it's a good one. I'm going to leave the link to the video below if you guys want to check that out. I definitely suggest you check out the original video before finding out the update, because I'm not going to go through every single thing that the original video went through, because I don't have time for all that. I mean, I gave you the video. So, and you want all the details, you want all the tea, honey, check out the original video. But a brief synopsis of that story was a woman had been with her husband for 25 years total, on and off for 19 years, and only married for 6. She had recently reconnected with her husband after she had kicked him out for having a 7-month-long affair with another woman. And, you know, once her husband came back, he still sounded like he was up to his old tricks. She had suspicions about people who he was communicating with. He looked in his phone and saw that he was communicating with a woman that he had nicknamed Nasty. And he kept trying to make her feel like she was crazy. And she wasn't sure, should she have forgiven him? And she really was confused about where she stood in her relationship. Now, my advice to her, just briefly, was just telling her she had every right to take as long as she wanted to get over what happened to her. That her husband was actually the one in the wrong. And because he was the one who cheated on her, he had no right to demand that she hurry up and get over it. And that, she didn't necessarily have to be with him and she didn't want to be. Because in the letter, she sounded like she was obligated to be with him because she was a Christian and because they had been together for so long. And it sounded to me almost like she was so used to being with him that she didn't know how to be without him. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read her update to me. Like I said, I definitely suggest you watch the original video, which I will link below in the description box. But anyway, here is her update. Thank you for your reply. No, this was a different woman he was living with, and this is a new woman he is texting now. I say now because he gets angry when I ask to see his phone, yet he looks over my shoulder to see what I'm doing. I'm tired of this tomfoolery. I should have left him a long time ago, but we have a daughter together, and I was trying to stay with him for her. But she is grown now, and I am ready to bounce. You are correct that I owe him nothing. He now wants to go to church with me, but I have been asking him to go for the past 10 years now. I feel like it's too late for all of this. Thank you for letting me know that I am not crazy and that I owe him nothing. I don't know why I thought I did. I'm just a loyal person and I felt it would be wrong if I got a divorce. I had talked to my pastor since writing you and the first time, and he agrees that I do have a way out. And God doesn't want me to be miserable in a marriage. I am now looking for a place and I am excited about new beginnings. Thanks again. I'm so happy to hear that. Not necessarily happy to hear that you have decided to end your marriage. The ending of a marriage is always painful, but when the whole entire relationship has been miserable and you haven't been happy and you're staying with the man that you don't even trust anymore because of obligation and because of habit, because you say that you're a loyal person, that's not a relationship. You shouldn't be with somebody because you feel like you have to be, because you need to be, because you don't owe him anything. And I'm glad that you finally got that. 25 years or not, father of your daughter or not, you still didn't owe him anything. He cheated on you. And as a Christian, you had every right to leave him because of his adulterous behavior. You weren't stuck to him. I talked about it in the original letter because a lot of times I feel like Christian women or Christians in relationships feel like you are stuck. Marriage is not to death do us part if someone violates biblical law. He committed adultery. Yes, you can forgive him and still not be with him. And you finally got that. I think that's important for you to have realized that you can forgive him without having to be with him. You can forgive him and let him and love him from a distance and go on with your life. 25 years with this man. 19 years on and off. And I bet you didn't tell me why you were on and off, but I can gather that on and off has been from things like this, trying to get him to commit, trying to get him to behave in such a way that he has been going in and just trying to be with other women and doing shady stuff. I believe that this 19 years on and off has been his fault. And he finally decided after all these years, he's going to marry you just to cheat on you for 7 months. So I'm happy for you that you are going to live your best life and that, your life, you have so much wonderful life ahead of you, so many amazing times ahead of you. And I pray that God would send you a man after his own heart when you are ready, that he will send you a companion who will treat you the way that you should have always been treated, a man who will erase the memories and the pain that he's ever caused you. I pray that your latter half of your life is far greater than your beginning half. Nothing but the best is for all I pray for you. Nothing but the best, because you deserve it, because you're loyal. I pray that you get somebody who is equally as loyal as you have been, because that's what you deserve. Never, ever, ever settle. Never settle. Be with someone who's going to treat you like a queen, not somebody who you have to check on and look over his shoulder and who you talking to and going through his Facebook, going through his phone. You don't have to live like that. You don't. There are men out there who have no problems being with one woman. You just didn't marry one, but that's all right. Okay. That's all right. I'm glad that you're getting everything together. I'm so happy for you. There is nothing wrong with, you being happy about your situation now and being happy about the latter half of your life, getting out there and meeting different people and just being on your own. I'm glad that you're brave enough, because some women would have stayed with him because it was so convenient. They don't know how to be alone. You want to leave, but you're scared. You said you're looking for an apartment. I pray that you find one and that you actually get out there and leave. Your daughter is grown, and I think that she's at a great age for her to be able to understand what's going on. From a daughter whose parents were divorced, I can tell you that even though my parents were divorced, it made me happier. And I'm their kid, because they were happier with their new mates. And I'd rather my parents be happy than be together. I think that parents, you assume that's what the kid wants. I'd rather see my mom and dad be happy, even if they're with other people, than be miserable together. I think your daughter will be fine with this, especially when she sees that you find somebody who treats you the way you deserve. Anyway, I love you, and I'll see you all in the next video. Big shout out to her for taking the time to write me. I'll see you soon. Until next time, later, divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.